guys have your pictures at, but there are little color boxes near your characters. Nate and Raz and Pity all have very, very similar blues. If you guys want to differentiate your actions on the map, such as what you initially draw and stuff, you might want to differentiate from everyone else.
Nate's black.
I'm black.
Oh, damn it.
I can't acknowledge myself.
I took red already, so.
No, you're good.
Right.
Oh, the things we say. Oh, we are live now, my friends.
Blue and white. Okay.
I'm not your friend.
That's a good one. That's a good
I'm
one.
not.
Yeah.
Blue.
Everybody's a unique color now, so it'd be very easy to tell who's what. Because if all three of you were the same color and somebody just points an arrow to be like, who's pointing at what? What do you want?
Oh,
Right.
you want to roll a d20? I'll roll a d20. You watch this.
That is actually really hard to see for some reason. Oh yeah, we had this conversation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Impressive. I wish you could change the color of the number.
I don't know if you can.
No worries, no worries.
You're also the
That
only
is a
person I
little
think
closer.
that's rolling 3D, so you and me, I think.
I'm not rolling 3D.
Yeah.
I
Nor am
like
I.
it.
You
Orange
guys
is
aren't
taken.
recorded.
I don't like it because every time it rolls it, I'd be like, if I actually rolled a die, it wouldn't be roll 20'd.
It just feels so wrong. The only issue is that if you're using this, you're gonna have white lines.
Oh gosh. Oh, God.
Wow.
There's no decent color.
They're just all taken.
Okay, that looks pretty extreme.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
That works. I will be mint.
Minty. All right, everybody. So we are back for our. I didn't change the name or the title of our stream, so that's a thing I
Cool.
need to do.
Happy Spoopoween, everyone!
Still
Spoopoween.
Spoopoween.
This is a 6-player edition of 1-player Cry of Fear.
Oh God.
So I saw a video clip of Matt playing, I'm sorry,
You can
somebody say
Leaf Jack?
Leaf.
you can also say Matt, like we call him Matt anyway.
Okay, I just didn't want to.
Secret.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I saw a video of you playing that game, and
Yes.
you knew a scare was coming, but it got you anyway.
The part I was like, and then it happened. I was like, ah. Anyways, oh my gosh, that thing was terrifying and awfully done in the combat system, but mostly terrifying. So
I liked it because you could see just the moment that his knee smacked into his desk, and you could see the webcam vibrate like crazy.
I didn't realize it hit my knees. All
that
right.
one hurt mentally and physically.
Yes. All right, so back to where we're at. I changed everything, so we're all set. Welcome back, everyone, to in Hoc Signo Vinces, in this Symbol Victory, Session 2, D&D 5th Edition. I am your DM, Leaf Jack, the creator of the story, and we're gonna go down the line. I don't know. It should be Josepher, X-Tier, Raz, Pity, and then Raze. I don't know why I'm forgetting your name. I could do that. We can line you guys up. Boom. Boom. You're not here today.
And Ugin is not here today.
Yes, we'll get there. All right, so we're going to
he
go down
got
the
the
line.
plague.
Go ahead and reintroduce yourselves and just kind of give a very, one-sentence description of your character. And then I will discuss Ugin in his absence. All right, so starting with Fuck.
Okay. So Thok is the great only child of 2 generals who fought in the Templar Revolution that brought the world back to the common folk. And he is very proud to be in this family, but he hates arcane magic and all those people who use them. And Templar society is great and perfect, and I will uphold those standards.
That was a long sentence, but I think it was actually a sentence. Maybe two.
It's
I
a
think
run-on sentence.
it was a very long run-on sentence, but it worked.
It was a runaway sentence.
It got away from you. And that's Josepher. He did say that, but I didn't really specify. That's what I wanted. That's okay. Moving on to exterior.
Nathan, I'm playing Old Man Snake Mage Silas Kress, who was a Templar for most of his life, but had a turning point and is now a mage.
All right. So that's the sentence length I expected. All right, Jack or Raz.
All right, hey guys, Razdarok here. I'm playing Jekt Firebrand. He's a young sorcerer that has a troubled past, and he's trying to find his place in the world.
Perfect. We're actually going to skip Pity because he's going to be new and I'm going to have him discuss more. So, I'm going to make you talk, boy. So, we're going to skip all the way to Rays.
Hi everybody, I'm ABTF Rays. I will be playing Skell Far Traveler Wikvaya. He's a core ambassador from the mountains who's come to spend some time with the Templars and hopefully make peace.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, now back to you, Pity. Say hello.
Greetings.
All right, there he is. I actually don't think I've heard his voice until just now, so I just thought I'd double check. So, in the first session, we introduced ourselves, our D&D playing career, which will be short for you, and not in the future, but the description of said thing, and then a little description of our character. Yeah, that'll be good. So go ahead and run away with that.
Okay. Well, this is my first time giving D&D a real shot. So, as far as I know, I am a wood elf ranger who was formerly. Do we agree on an assassin, or was he like a rogue?
Assassin. Hired killer.
Hired kill.
Yeah, he was hired.
Who I would like to think is just tired of the world and doesn't really have a purpose other than to find his way. Okay. That's all I got. Yep.
It's perfect. All right. And so Ugin, the Ugin in the room, he's the elephant. Our player, Fleck Tizzle, I don't know what he's going by anymore.
You can call him Fleck, and I think he said it was fine.
Okay. Well, he is absent. He has early morning and a late night tomorrow, so he decided to get rest instead of staying up extra late.
More like get wrecked.
Yeah, he's gonna get wrecked. So our story right now is that his spell contraptions, the spells he uses, they broke in the scuffle last night, and he is spending the time fixing them, and that will take at least a session to do. So we'll see him in the future. Another expression we have for that is called blue bubbling, meaning he's invulnerable to all things except for probably a party wipe, but even that should be fine.
But I thought it was literally a blue bubble.
It could be whichever.
Like, if you pop it, sometimes for convenience sakes, we'll allow people to reach into the blue bubble and take an item that they know that the character wouldn't mind sharing. However, in most cases, this character will not be seen, heard from, or used in any capacity. So we'll keep him in our thoughts, and hopefully he'll return next session. All right. Let's kick it off. Actually, I wanted to cover one more thing. I forgot to explain this last time. Every character got a gift of some sort. The Templars received the anti-magic spiral as their gift. The mages received something to empower their magic. However, they don't know what it is or what it does. Well, actually, they know what it is, but they don't know exactly how it works or what it does. Far Traveler was given something by his tribe to help him connect to his ancestors better, because that is his shtick. And we'll find out more about that, hopefully flavor-wise. Roland, the Wood Elf, doesn't actually have something right now. We're gonna figure that out at a future time. Yeah, Josepher, what do you want?
So, like, I asked you yesterday what the anti-magic spiral actually did.
Mm-hmm.
but you still give me flavor answer.
Uh-huh.
Will the answer be revealed
Yeah.
at some point?
It will probably never be super specific for you guys.
Okay.
It will do something, and then if you try doing that again, it will probably work. However, it doesn't. There's no 100% guarantee.
So it's plot juice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
You just have to think of it's an anti-magic something. If there's magic, figure out a way of using it against that and trying something, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
Okay.
Guys, since the last session, I gained 3 levels, and now I already have my mechanical.
And by that,
puppy.
he's lying.
Puppy.
Character progression will actually be kind of slow. I was explaining this last time afterwards for them. It's gonna mean something when they level up. It's gonna be like, yeah, not it's the next level, and I might be going from one extreme to the next because I may running another campaign, another date that is the opposite, where it's like each level is just kind of a new things. So I'm trying to make it more exciting, but of course that usually means taking the pendulum and swinging all the way back and taking the opposite extreme. So if I feel too stingy, go ahead and try calling me out on it. I might be like, no, I got a plan. Or I might be like, oh yeah, I forgot to level you guys up. And then you get your level. All right, so let's begin. Unless anyone has any comments, concerns besides Joe. Awesome.
No.
Last time we met, we ended with Jecht being captured by our Templars and thrown into the dungeon. Everyone else went to bed, and I believe Silas was also thrown into the dungeon because Thok wanted to do that out of good measure and hatred of him. His general well-being. The night passes uneventfully, mainly because I want to keep the story progressing. The Templars wake up to the smell of breakfast down into the cafeteria. It sounds like bacon and eggs, a very regular thing here. And the prisoners wake up to the sound of a clanging bars as their prison guard gives them gruel that smells more like the dog shit that you've heard yesterday night. So let's go to the Templars and Far Traveler as he is with them as well. Your morning rituals, what does it look like? Starting with Thok.
I mean, so I would start with my standard thing of waking up and being all like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Great Templars of, and saying in Hoc Signo Vincis, the arcane brings oppression, sever the world from arcana, and protect the innocent from oppression. Put the necklace on me, and then don my armor and get all my stuff ready, and then go eat.
Istin Varus? I don't know if he's trying to say something. Alright, getting ready to read.
Istinvaris is where you told me this campaign takes place, so,
It's the
Okay.
city we're in right now.
The name of the city is Istin Varusa.
Mm-hmm. Stenosa.
I'm not going to pledge my allegiance to the city of that, because it's, the land of whatever.
Well, that's Templars. You're like the Templars of, and then you just trailed off. I think he was trying to force.
Okay.
Okay, so you're heading down to breakfast. Far Traveler, what does your ritual look like?
well, I think I need to find the highest place in town to start communication with my ancestors in the morning, and then play the Song of My People.
So you start heading off the scale of the tower of the Templar Order, Templar headquarters. One of their front spires. Looks very much like a modern day church with the pointed roof and then something on top of it. However, there's no cross or anything. It's just kind of like a spike, and you're easily able to get up there. All right, so you head off to do that. Sweet, sounds pretty normal. So as you get down to the common area, it's bustling with a whole sort of people. There's more people than were there last night. People waking up for the morning. Some people are already setting out on their adventures, and you can assume that some have probably already left. You woke up pretty close to dawn, as that is the Venturer way. However, some would leave by dawn. Thok, your morning goes pretty well uneventfully. Ugin is there eating and working on his stuff. He looks like he's kind of distracted, and if you ever go talk to him, he's always like, "Go to work. Just gotta fix this up." And eventually he leaves back to his room. Alright, let's go to our prisoners.
I
Silas?
don't have anything specific in mind.
Okay.
You want
This
to
is
color
the
pop?
life. This is the life I've been living many, many, many years.
You wake up, you eat, and you're like, "Oh, it's gross as always," and then just keep on waiting.
Mhm. Yep.
Uh,
I happily await the far traveler arrival.
Jack, what are you doing at this time?
I woke up pretty early before the guard came around. Sitting in the corner, just contemplating things, thinking about the past, and trying not to let too much power well up within me. Trying to keep stuff concealed.
In this cell, you actually find that much easier than usual. It seems to be
Let it
suppressing you rather than holding you back. So it's actually rather
Perfect.
uncomfortable. It's like a feeling of like I don't want it to come out, but at the same time, it feels like part of you is trapped, and you don't like that necessarily. Unless you do, I guess you could hate that part of you.
Sounds even better.
All right. So far traveler, as you travel to do your morning ritual, the marketplace is bustling already. People are starting to man their stalls. Fresh fruits everywhere. There's about 5 lines of stalls, each about 30 feet long, with just various trinkets and food. People start to arrive, and the noise starts to pick up as people are trying to barter and get other people to notice them. Say, "Hey, look at my fresh pumpkins. You'll never find any pumpkins like this." And the guy next to him is like, "Well, my pumpkins are better, so why would you want his pumpkins?" Stuff like that.
Quite the town.
Indeed. All right. After your morning rituals, Thok, you hear a voice calling out your name. Thok Entredis. That's how you say your name. Entredis?
Atreides?
Atreides, sorry. Thok Atreides. Where are you?
Here, sir.
Good. You are summoned to the headquarters. Find your diplomat and go.
Yes, sir. So who's my diplomat?
The Far Traveler is the diplomat.
Okay. Did I so he's out in the marketplace, right?
Yeah, you would have known he left. He actually went to the tower to play his song, and that's the song of his people.
Okay. So I'm gonna go around yelling out, "Far traveler! Far traveler!"
So Far Traveler, it doesn't take you long to get to the top of the building and start your communications and start playing. However, you do start hearing the sound of a very loud half-orc shouting out your name.
Am I done yet or no?
No.
Then I totally ignore him.
I thought, go ahead and make a perception check.
Doing it.
Wait. There it is. All right. Wow, you did pretty good for yourself. You find him sitting on top, kind of sitting on top of the tower, on top of that spike I mentioned earlier, just playing his pan flutes and completely ignoring you.
I'm definitely not sitting on the spike, just to clarify.
So how I imagine it is like you're kind of like hanging on to one side, like with your legs or with some harness that you have for climbing, and you're kind of up there.
That's a lot more acceptable than the way you described it just a moment ago.
Is right up in the spike.
Far traveler, we have been summoned.
Am I done yet?
Sure.
Okay. At that point, I will thank the ancestors and then work my way down the tower.
Awesome. Around this time, Silas and Jack, someone comes down for you with a pair of cufflinks for Jack. Very similar in style to what is on Silas at the moment. He says, "You two are to be upstairs. You," pointing to Jack, "need to be wearing this."
All right. I don't resist, and I hold my wrist forward.
Okay. After you allow him to put it on, he opens your cages and says, "Follow me," and starts taking you up to the entrance hall.
I look for chamber pots on my way.
They're making sure you don't get anything.
Okay.
You even hear the guard shout after you, "Make sure he doesn't get any shit. No one trust that one." Alright, eventually you guys all do end up in the Great Hall. There, Lord Calaman stands with a yawn in his face. Sees you and kind of wakes himself up a bit. Next to him stands a wood elf. Kind of odd to see an elf, but wood elves are typically a little less known for their arcane presence, more of their nature presence. So perhaps that is why he's allowed rather than a high elf or a drow. He says, "Good, good, you guys are finally here. I've heard word from Ugin earlier this morning than I would have liked, that he is occupied with his contraptions, so he'll be away. However, you guys have a mission, and I really don't have time to take it. What is it, Doc?"
I'm just fingering the sky.
"You are bizarre."
That's where you buy things. Okay, I'm done.
Good. You're so... anyways. I've decided to hire this man to be your guard. By the way, this is Roland, so that's you, Paul. Fingering this guy.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
I have hired this elf to make sure that you don't get lost. Hey. Nice emote you got there, man. Sorry for just chatting it up. Alright. I had to get distracted, sorry. We'll take him. Keep an eye on this new one. It's your guys' charge as is your capture. If it gives you any trouble, you know what to do with mages. It's not a big deal. See if he can help you out at all.
Hey, Callie, you got my stuff.
Right. And stop calling me Callie. He goes over to where it seems to be a bag full of gear. And he picks it up and he goes, "Who's strong? You're strong." And he turns to Thok and he throws the bag at you. Says, "This is his gear. It's probably more valuable than he is. So make sure it survives.
Yes, sir.
In the evenings, if you ever guys get a chance, make sure he's working like I told him to. If he's not, do with what you want.
Working on what?
The alchemical properties of your symbols."
Yes, sir.
Now, you have your task. I suggest you get on with it.
Can we hurry up? Place smells mustier than my cell.
Silence, mage.
Alright, and with that, he turns around again with his flourish of his cape and walks to the double doors behind him.
Cool.
What is your first plan of action?
I want to get to know the wood elf.
Okay.
You there, woodland creature. I believe we have not yet. My name is Thocratrides.
That's you, Paul.
That's you, Paul.
Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't realize.
He's talking to you.
Yes.
Repeat what you said, sir.
Okay. Well, my name is Thark Atreides. Seems to be working together. I would like to know your name.
Matt, what is my character name?
Roland, isn't it?
Roland. Sure.
That's what's under your. That's what you wrote down.
Roland, sweet. My name is Roland.
Good. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you like scalps?
Only if they're from the heads of 100 dead Nazis.
Can I roll to see if I know what Nazis are?
You don't know what Nazis are.
I'm gonna humor and be like, yes, Nazis. If I run into any, I will let you know. So you take
You're
apart
probably
their
some sort of
scalp.
magical user. Yeah, why not?
Yes.
I hate Nazis.
They gather arcane artifacts.
Yeah, that's okay. There you go.
Yes. We loot them, pillage them.
And plunder their booty.
Yes.
I am also a pirate.
Do you know our mission, Roland?
No, I do not.
So our mission is that there is a hut on the outskirts of the city that has been showing signs of arcane magic, and we are there to investigate. If there's any items of interest, we are to take them. Anything else, we burn.
What business is this of mine?
I
You've been
mean,
hired for it.
we're hired for it.
Oh yeah. So
I would assume you would get
backstory
money.
to you.
Shit.
Calamance doesn't trust that the group would survive traveling towards the wilds, and you're a well-known scout of the area. So he hired you with a hefty amount of gold to make sure that his men survive the trip.
Gotcha.
The combat is up to them, whether or not you help.
Right. Right. Okay. This makes more sense now.
Sorry about that, everybody. We just kind of threw him in, and he's flying by the seat of his pants.
Less than that, even. Less than that.
I was gonna say it's possibly just his underwear, but we'll give that to him.
Indeed.
That doesn't completely go well with the fact that he's never played before. So we're gonna do a lot of mentoring with him to get him going.
Yes.
Hopefully, he's a fast learner that he'll be good in a session or two. So,
So the group dynamic so far is that my character hates Nate's character because he's a mage, and my character hates mages because they're bad.
Nice.
My
Jack
character
is
doesn't
actually-
totally hate Thok back though. Just doesn't really care. Has his own agenda.
Yeah. Currently, Jack is unknown. He's suspected to be a mage, but they're not sure, and the boss guy just said, take him. Oh, he also, I forgot to mention this, he gave Roland a button. If ever that he get out of hand to push said button.
He gave Roland the button?
Yes.
Oh, cool. So how many buttons are there?
There are not 2 buttons.
2.
He's purposely avoiding giving them to the Templars because Templars tend to be hot-headed with mages. And while that's not completely unfounded, he doesn't want the mages to be completely useless. Whoop. We'll go ahead and do that. There you go. All right.
Oh, look at Thok fifth wheeling.
Damn
He doesn't
straight.
have his boy toy. All right, you guys kind of met as a group. What are you up to?
I want my tinkering tools. I say to Thok.
Your tinkering tools.
Yep, I want them.
Are they for the anti-magic spiral?
Do you want me to start looking at it right now? Because I need my tinkering tools to do that.
So do I know if you need the tinkering tools to actually use it? Because the Thok's pretty dumb.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
And I take an intelligence check to see how much you actually know about alchemical processes.
So
Okay.
skip.
You may have paid
Intelligence check.
attention. Yeah, just straight intelligence. Yeah, you didn't do too bad. The tinkering tools might be used for taking part of the symbol out, because it's an alchemical like implant kind of thing. Like it goes onto the material, and then it's like a disc with that symbol on it.
Got it.
So tinkering tools could help take that out, so that wouldn't be impossible.
Okay, mage, I'll get you your tools. And what of you, other mage? I have yet to learn your name.
My name is Jekt, and that's
Jekt.
all you need to know.
And have you been sent along the mission with us?
Well, apparently I was captured last night, and now I'm here. I was expecting to be released.
Well, I suppose I can still find you useful.
He said something about his granny.
His what?
His granny.
His granny.
His granny's dying or something. I don't know.
Really? So, do you want me to heal her?
I don't think you can, since it wasn't my grandmother. It's my grandfather.
I purposely messed that up, just so you know.
I was wondering, actually, so I didn't say anything.
So does your grandfather live in the city?
He does not. He lives very far away from here. I have to get to him as soon as I can.
Well, that's too bad. Because
Oh,
you use magic outside of a Templar temple.
Oh, allegedly.
Where are we at again?
It was outside the barracks that he used it, but
Barracks,
yes,
okay. You're at the Templar
headquarters.
And
Headquarters.
you should be smarter than to use magic outside the barracks.
I allegedly used magic. You have no proof of this.
We will see.
This will be interesting. All right. Any remarks from the others? Nope.
Before Silas begins working on your alchemical symbol, we should go acquire the requisitioned wagon that Ugam so fortunately got for
yes,
us.
we will see if they have any dung for me.
Perfect.
His roll 20 is
Okay.
glitchy.
So you guys want to do you wish to do anything while we're here at the barracks? Any food?
You're technically at the headquarters, but the barracks are nearby.
Whatever. Do you guys want to do anything in town before you leave?
No.
I have my tinkering tools and you have my weapon. I am fully satisfied with life.
Okay.
Oh yeah, searching through that bag, by the way, Thok, you find some interesting things. First, you find a couple kits. One seems to be like a chemistry kit of some sort, an alchemy kit. The other was the tinkering tools. There's also this weird contraption in there. It's very similar to the shape of a crossbow. However, instead of a bolt placement, it has a tube. You have no idea exactly a tube, like a round
Tube. Okay.
tube.
Can I do some kind of check to see what it is?
A check.
Hey, if you're gonna look in my bag, you could always just ask what's in there. I know you don't.
That's true.
ask.
But I will do a check because Thok probably wouldn't trust what you say.
I would lie to you, so.
This is very new technology, so it'd be a very difficult check. You
Arcana?
can still probably do an Arcana check just to see. Yeah, you don't know. It's completely foreign. However, it does have a trigger much like a crossbow, so you assume that it might be similar to a crossbow in some way. It's very close to that in your mind, but you're not really sure exactly how it works or what it does.
Okay, so I take it out and I'm like, Lizard Mage, what is this contraption?
Well, and I just stutter and don't respond.
Oh, I think I know what it is. If you put your face to the end of the tube and pull the trigger, I'm pretty sure that it will grant you it'll grant you the strength of the gods.
You're not supposed to tell him what it does.
I kind of want to try this, but I'm not the DM.
You can do an insight if you really want to, but if it feels wrong, you could probably just say it's wrong. You're not very
It looks like a
wise.
crossbow. And we just told you to point it.
yeah,
at
I'm gonna play
the
this game.
trigger.
You gonna play this game? Okay. Yeah, they're
right,
bullshitting you straight to the moon and back.
You lie to me, mage. I don't even know if what your person is your grandma or grandpa. More like lame ma.
It's a weapon.
So
It's a
Cyphros.
weapon.
Oh,
It's a weapon?
Sorry, I won't cut you out.
It's a weapon?
Yes,
For
it's a
what?
weapon. It goes pew pew.
Hmm.
Pew,
Sounds
pew.
very advanced.
You want to see what it does? Hand it over. Show you.
How about you tell me?
It goes pew pew. You want to see?
I'm gonna like aim at like some kind of dummy target, and I'm gonna pull the trigger.
It doesn't do anything.
I'm gonna. Does it do anything, Matt?
No.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't do a thing.
All right.
I kind of roll my eyes and shrug in disappointment.
Well, if we get ambushed, then I will give it to you. How about that?
Well, you know why that didn't work so well when you used it. It's not loaded. You should get the magazine out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I
a small
look
leather
around for the
bag in
magazine.
there.
There is. There's a small leather bag in there.
Okay, I get it.
Do you know how to load this kind of thing?
I mean, do I?
No.
Okay.
You got a leather
I
bag.
could show you.
Okay. Show the ranger as well.
Sure. Do you hand them to me?
I'm not gonna hand it to you. I'm gonna hand it to Roland.
Piss.
You're getting a crossbow kind of
Oh.
thing.
Lead. Okay.
Do you know how to load this kind of thing?
No, I'm a real man and I use a longbow.
That's true.
Then by all means, hand it over, and I could show you guys what it does.
Okay, I'll hand it to shit. What's Nate's character name?
Silas.
Silas. Thank you.
And then I ask for the leather bag.
Here's the leather bag too, asshole.
I'm gonna get my shield out.
I pop open the back end of it, load it with some powder into the back end, put a little bit of lead shot into the front, snap it shut, and fire around
At
Where?
the wall.
Okay.
To Thok's great luck.
what? The wall named Thok.
And when I go to pull the trigger, a amount of energy starts to pull in from the sides, and it begins to glow a slight blue. And when it hits the wall, it hits with a huge bang you would not expect from a mere bolt.
That's right.
Jesus Christ! Give that back.
The rest of the party members are startled. They did not expect that.
Boom! Actually leaves a decent sized hole in the wall as it rumbles, almost as if lightning struck the wall itself. Sir, do you take it back? Do you get
Yes.
it back?
I resist.
You resist. Okay.
Yes.
Athletics.
Athletics versus athletics, acrobatics.
I'll do acrobat.
Good luck.
Oh,
you
you
went
couldn't
nat
beat him. You couldn't even beat him. He's just like, mine.
That was
All right.
technically natural, though.
Yeah, but I still couldn't beat it.
That 20 doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
So in 5th edition, the only things natural 20 or natural 1 effects are attack rolls. A natural 20 on an attack roll is a critical hit, and it always hits. A natural 1 is always a miss.
I mean, fair enough.
You can still pass saving throws and skill checks in 5th edition on a natural 1, and you can still fail them on a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I DM differently, so
Well, that's fine.
I do too, but that's the base.
yeah.
That is what I've been playing, so that's what we're doing. Because all you,
It's,
the
it's fine.
DM,
It's all good.
You
It's all
sh-
good.
Your character should be able to overpower
good.
me to get a net 20
Right.
on most, so it just makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was
I
a
got it back.
gallant effort. It's the best effort you could have given, but it just wasn't enough.
That is my weapon.
Get it back and I
worked
put it back in the bag.
years on this thing.
Okay. All right. So anything else you would like to go through?
Your years of effort seem to have been rewarded.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Kind of
Your years of effort seem to have been rewarded.
kindly.
It's one of the
Okay.
greatest accomplishments he's ever made as a. I've already forgotten the name of your class.
Artificer?
Artificer.
Artificer. Thank you. So. All right. Sounds like we're done in this little shenanigan thing.
Little
Go over
tussle.
to the stable
So,
and get the horses.
Calamance had no reaction to a hole being blasted in his own wall, huh?
Good point. Yes, shortly after the blast, you hear the door swing open and goes, "Who gave him the gun?"
That would be the smart one.
Everybody just silently points at Thok.
I'll point at
Oh.
Roland.
Yes,
Fire
sir.
trap-
That's very true. I don't know if I should believe Thok, or if I should believe everybody, or Far Traveler.
We
Roland,
were testing his skills, sir. If he tried it for evil, I would have slain him on the spot.
stop blowing holes in my building.
Yes, sir.
And he
Some
slams the
great
door.
haul.
You just hear mumbling, very loud mumbling through the door. All right.
Shall we?
Sounds
Let's
like
go.
you guys were going to the stables.
So on the way through, I'll pick up some the meat from breakfast in a satchel, and I'll offer it to Jack and Silas.
Oh, I already ate. We're good.
Since I pushed the porridge aside, I accept it and nod my head and thanks.
If we are going to fight anything today, you need your strength.
That would be much advice.
All right.
I've been eating this porridge bullshit. So I'm alright.
Long as you can remember, that's all you've had. You don't remember very far back. Yeah, but it's,
Apparently my
memory. It's what sticks in your mind, though, right? Okay.
That's right.
So you guys head to the stables and get some food on the way.
Ah, damn it, Leaf Jack.
Hmm.
I was going to say, if you would like, I can see if I can get some from the kitchens to go.
Sure. What would you like to?
That was directed at Silas.
Oh, some porridge, you say? I think we're okay for the day. If
I
it
nod.
gets that bad, I'll eat someone. I mean something.
Okay. Sounds like we're heading to the stables then.
Continuing on our merry way.
To the stables.
At the stables,
Oh,
a
stable boy, you have my dung?
much older gentleman, what do they call it?
Stable Master?
Oh, it's a stable master, but I'm thinking of the race. They're the very quiet ones that are very good with horses and animals from all
Furbolg?
those. Furbolg, yeah, Furbolg. Very large humanoid with it's kind of brownish skin. Describe the stables, I am asked. All right. So they're made out of wood. These are actually very large stables. What you can see is two large columns with a middle section for horses. So there's horses in the middle, and off to the sides the whole thing goes back about 100 feet. It's pretty loud now. The horses are waking up and asking for food. There's a bunch of stable hands running around, brushing off. It's completely covered like a barn would be. And in the back is a flat wall, and then the front is completely open, but it has two large barn swinging doors.
What's its state of being? Like, is it like broken up apart? Is it pretty well refurbished?
This one is very well refurbished. It definitely looks like it used to be decrepit. However, a lot of the boards have been replaced. That's what gives it away. Like anything that was rotten was probably replaced or repaired. The roofing right now is thatch. However, you can see roofing supplies nearby to make it a more sturdy and secure, not as flammable roof.
Okay.
Okay.
I was
So-
going to offer services of fixing things up for them in exchange for dung, but it sounds like they don't need service.
Well, if you stayed long enough, you might be able to help with the roof, but it sounds like you're on a
I'm not
mission.
sticking around that long.
Yeah. So, like I said, a Furbolg is standing near the entrance looking at a chart, marking some things off and looking around. There is a horse next to him, and it seems very calm. It's a white horse with a painted horse, I guess. A white horse with like spots on it. Do you approach?
Yep. Hello,
All right.
hello, stable master. Yesterday we reserved some horses. We're on a mission for the Templars
Name?
General Ugin.
Silas.
under Ugin.
I see no Silas, but I do see an Ugin. Let's see, 2 horses and a wagon. Correct.
Yes.
Very good. We will have that up and ready for you in just a moment. And he motions very calmly, very slowly, like he's in no rush, he don't care. At some stable boys who notice him as if they're trained just to notice his gestures because he doesn't seem to talk much. And they run forward and he starts giving orders very calmly.
What's your name, stable master?
Rip DM.
No, that's his response. He just gives you a look like, and who are you?
Thocatreides.
I am the horse master, and that's all you need to know.
Hello, the horse master.
Have you got any dung?
Much aplenty. Good night, Cyphros. Stay classy.
Can
Yeah.
I have some of the dung?
Ignore him.
Do you
What? Actually,
have...
I never really asked. I never really asked. What do you want the dung for?
You know how the crossbow goes bang and pew pew.
Yes.
I make many things that go bang and with dung.
Hmm. Can I do inside to see if he's fucking with me?
Sure. He seems to be fairly truthful.
Really? Well, I guess it won't hurt.
An odd request. However, I can make it happen for a Templar, I guess. It's typically used as fertilizer, not explosives.
Yeah, it's all the same to me.
And how will you be paying for your requisition?
We are under the Templar. We were not aware of any payment.
And whose name should I put the dung under?
Lord
Silas.
Calamus.
Silence, mage.
Hey, Callie, you paid for my shit.
What was the
Wait.
name you said?
Why do you need to pay for poop?
In a land that is untamed, fertilizer is essential to farm growth.
Okay, how much for the poop?
I just need a name.
Silas.
That's my name. Why are we making me pay for it? I'm not a Templar. He's not
Because
doing
you
this for
want the
me.
poop.
He's not doing it for me.
He just looks at the paper and writes down. He starts writing a name without even looking, and then he just keeps writing. And how much do you need?
Can you fill this bag?
Yes, we have horses. What did you expect? He
I
takes
expected
the
you to
bag.
fill the bag, asshole.
He just
Silence me.
sticks his arm out, and then a stable hand runs by with a very confused look and grabs it and goes, "Fertilizer, my lord." With a nod, he just looks, nods. Boy runs off and starts gathering dung. Around this time, a 2-horse-drawn carriage wagon, I should say, it's an open wagon, rides by. It's in pretty good repair. It's a 2-wheeler with the spokes that stick out onto the horses with the yoke. They don't really have a riding saddle of any sort, so if you were to try riding it, it would have to be bareback. The wagon will sit total of 6 people, including the driver.
And there's supplies, I assume.
For what?
Travel?
You guys should have your rations and supplies in your packs that come with your character classes.
Oh, they didn't bother fixing the wagon for travel?
Well, the wagon's ready for travel.
Does it have supplies for the horses or anything like that?
Good point. It will have a sack of grain already on it. However, the horsemaster will go, "And how many days of grain do you need? We supply for 2 nights."
I look at Roland.
Roland, is he
Paul.
there? Paul.
Sorry, it muted me again.
Rip
Your mic
Paul.
sucks.
It keeps muting every time I'm inactive.
Can you find food for horses?
I suppose so. I suppose so for a price.
Then
Currently,
can we
we-
do with a 2-day buffer?
need to know how many days we're going traveling for. Roland should be the one who knows where we're going, right?
Yeah.
Well, if Roland was played by another person, probably.
All you need to do in this situation is ask the DM what your character knows, because you have been informed that your character knows these things, but if you, the player, don't know, just ask the DM.
Matt,
Yes. Okay.
what do I know?
answer. There we go. Going through the motions. You would know that it will be about a 6-hour travel both ways. One way. That's the one I wanted. There are 6 hours. Back is 6 hours.
Okay.
However, you do also know that after about 4 hours on the horses, that it will be through the woods to get to where you're going, through the wilds, which is why you're
Mhm.
actually there. Is to help with that part.
Right. Okay, so I would say 2 days supplies.
I look at the stable master after he says 2 days.
Well, then you're set. Make
Sweet.
sure to find water for them. We don't tote it around because it's not a good idea.
So be it.
Neither is a living as a horse master, am I right?
He looks at you deadpan.
Do you want me to punch him for you?
Makes a note on his thing. In his
Gonna
ledger.
charge me extra for the.
Would that be a yes?
I don't care.
gonna punch him.
And you punch him?
No, not the Sable Master, but I'm gonna punch
Silas? You
Silas.
may
Yeah,
make your attack if you wish.
doing it.
Oh,
Pretty sure you hit. So
Nice.
your strength modifier is 3?
Mhm.
So you do a total of 4 bludgeoning damage. Conk!
Do not be rude to people.
I hold out my hand.
Stable Master is a very noble profession.
Oh shit. Oh god.
It's already begun, Matt. You didn't intervene fast enough.
Push the button.
I do not believe our traveler was set for that one. Yeah, it's a con save from Hoc.
Doing it.
As a green mist envelops you, you take 6 poison damage.
Okay.
In the future, you might want to use your alchemical symbol against magical attacks.
I don't know what I can do with my alchemical symbol. I don't have the directions for it.
So
In the
as it
future, you might want to use your alchemical symbol against magical attacks.
was that the tooltip that popped up? Just right
Yes.
So as a mechanical question, as far as D&D goes, would that invoke a reaction so we could use something like that?
Maybe.
Okay.
He didn't
It's a
ask.
mechanical answer. A reaction can happen any time you want, as long as you hit the proper trigger.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm satisfied.
Hit the button.
Well, I shrug and hit the button.
The snakes uncoil, go up his body, and tighten him up.
As I see that happen,
Lucy.
as I see that happening, my eyes widen and I look down at the bracelet on my arm and then look back at Silas and kind of make a mental note.
You wouldn't fight me IRL. Try
The
this
horse-
without the button, big boy.
Horsemaster says, "Please refrain from fighting in front of the horses, or I'm going to have to ask you to leave."
Yes, sir.
And with that, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because I have more customers.
I'll-
Yes, sir.
I'll pick
Alright,
Silas's bundle up.
Load up the wagon.
As I'm walking towards the wagon with Silas on Vold's shoulder, I look at Jack. Are you dangerous?
No. Of
I-
course not.
Nod curtly and continue walking past.
I'm still stunned by the sight of snakes wrapping up this guy as he is screaming wildly and being carried past me.
You wouldn't be such a big man without your damn button, would you?
just spitting at people.
This is what you got yourself into, Fall.
Indeed.
All right. So the fabled question: who's driving?
Paul, for reference, infighting in the party is very not normal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm biting words I hear all the time.
I volunteer not as tribute. I'll climb up in the back with Silas on one shoulder and set him in a seat in a proper sitting position.
Well, thank you for taking such good care of me, far traveler.
He's like locked up, like this can't move still, but at least you're sitting.
You're part of the mission as well.
And trying to be humble and unnoticed, I just climb in the back and sit across from from Silas and the Strider. What are you called?
Far traveler.
Far Traveler.
Yes, sir.
I volunteer roll into drive.
I
Okay.
volunteer your mum. Okay, cool.
Makes sense. He knows where you're going.
After
Thok,
10
where do you want to sit?
Are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Thok.
Thok.
Oh,
What do you-
I mean, so I want to kind of like be facing towards the two mages and Far Traveler, just kind of like looking at them the entire time and trying to make like awkward small talk.
Okay, so it's not a huge wagon.
He'll be like,
Five.
So, are you an ass man or a tits man?
Seems like normal conversation.
I don't even know who that's directed to.
Everybody in the wagon just kind of like looks at the floor, just very awkwardly.
As
This
for
is-
me, I like that booty.
I mean, it's a half orc.
After 10 minutes passes and the hold's worn off, I do want to.
You cut
You
out
do
there.
what
What
a
do you
what?
want to do?
I asked Thok if he can open up my bag.
What do you wish?
There should be some stones in there. We all need.
For what?
Why don't you just get them out, and we'll talk about it.
Nuh-uh. How about you tell me what they are first? Because I don't know if I trust you anymore. Because
Probably
you
you probably
know
should
I'm
trust-
poisoned because of you.
You know,
You're not
you stalked.
you're not actually poisoned by the poison spray cantrip. It just gives
Oh.
poison damage. Poisoned
I'm
is a
still
condition.
hurt because of you.
I
Poisoned
am
is a-
too.
Is a condition that has significant problems for the player. It grants disadvantage on attack rolls
Right.
and saving throws and skill checks, etc. So that, as a cantrip, would be a bit much.
That picture is disturbing in many ways.
Which
Oh,
picture?
The
Discord.
one in Discord.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay.
so
What do the stones do?
I can't really tell you. I'd just like to show you. They're tools. Like you, a tool.
That's true. I'm a tool for the sake of good.
Yes, my good.
Here you go.
I hand a stone to each person of the party.
I take it and examine it.
Sneaking out to the side as best I can to hand one to Roland. And I say, these speak to you inside of our minds, but I don't move my mouth to say it. How do I throw this into the... Here we go. They are sending stones. They send a message. They're walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies.
Is it walkie-talkie that only you can talk into and we can hear, or vice versa?
They are all attuned to each other.
Got it.
So, yeah, at the end of your next turn, sorry, I'm just going to read it out loud for stream. Until the end of your next turn, any person speaking into one stone can be heard by those near other stones as though he or she were standing in the other stone's place. At the end of your next turn, both stones are exhausted with a minor action. Any character touching a single stone renews the set.
As Silas hands my character or Jack the stone, I take it and I look at it for a second and I remark that my grandfather told me about these.
Also,
when
I was
young.
wrong. I do move my mouth. It just sounds like I'm right next to you.
yeah. So you hear the echo of it. Yeah. So Jack remarks that his grandfather told him of those.
Grandfather, the one who's dying?
Yes.
Huh. Sounds like a shady fellow. One of us who aren't so well liked in this.
He's just been around for a long time.
As have I.
Excuse me. So Joe, /me is the way of doing the special command.
Okay.
Yeah, then you don't have to put your name down. Okay, so you guys start heading out into the mid-morning. Correct?
Yep.
Hi ho.
Assuming Roland can drive, yes.
Yeah, Roland does fine.
That's assuming.
I hand him an ale that I got from the night before.
Piss.
I don't think it's piss, but you could pretend.
I hear that drinking and driving increases your ability to drive.
What kind of a path are we traveling on?
Good question. Okay, so as with most of the world, this world is not well traveled almost anywhere. There are a few places that are said to have nice roads, but you actually haven't seen very many. Thok has probably has seen a few, but most of you have not. As for the road you're traveling on now, it is kind of a wagon rutted road. It's been traveled decently enough, but even the ruts aren't that deep. So it's
like dirt
mostly
and mud.
yeah, it's mostly dirt. You'll probably run into some cleared trees that'll get it that are more or less out of your way, so that's not a big deal. However, if Roland wishes to explain where you guys are going, does Roland wish to explain anything? Calling Paw. Oh, there you go.
No,
Nope,
I do
he's
not
not. So, never mind. I guess I don't have to say anything. Roland would know that you're gonna get off at probably mid-afternoon and start walking. Or early afternoon.
I'd like to use my passive perception to keep an eye outside for snakes.
For snakes. Okay. Any snakes you might see disappear very quickly into any grass that's nearby. They tend to stay away from the roads as that's where people are. Sometimes. Okay. What do you guys want to be doing while you travel? So I thought want to do some awkward small talk. Anyone else have anything?
I stated my
meat.
intent.
Mm-hmm.
I take out a locket from my cloak and just hold it and rub it and contemplate on that item.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. Seeing that each snake I see keeps slithering off, I start messing with things in my tinkering set.
What was that again? Sorry.
Sorry, did I cut out?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Upon seeing that all the snakes seem to be rather skittish, I get my tinkering set out and just start playing with the different things that are in there. It's been a while since I've had this in my hands.
Okay. It does take you a little bit to get familiar with it, but doing this will actually help you in the future because you are not going to do well otherwise. Want some checks.
So I didn't plan to do anything, but now that Silas has tools, I'll keep an eye on him.
Well, we do know what I like to do with stools, right? Of both kinds.
Manipulate them.
You. The strings. All right. Roland's probably driving. You whistling a tune?
He said he was beating his meat, actually.
I am whistling I forget the name of it. Never Gonna Give You Up. Rick Roll song.
All right. So it sounds like most people are ignoring Doc completely.
But he doesn't notice we're ignoring him. He's just going on. He's just going
Pretty much.
off.
He has a very nice voice.
I'm patting myself on the back. for being
yes, that one
so-
time in camp where we were supposed to do this dexterous training exercise, I just picked up the cover and moved with it. Never saw that come.
including more backstories as to why I have low stats in other areas.
I was thinking of saying that the first time you met Calamance as an example as to how you were strong but not very dexterous, but I decided to leave it out for now.
You're good. You're good.
All right. So most of the morning goes on eventfully, and as the sun reaches to its high point, the trees are starting to get a little thicker. However, they're still not that foresty. Um, there's lots of open areas where people have done some lumbering and the like. However, some of the trees that seem to be, provide shade and the like are there, and in the distance, quite a ways away, you see the gleam of something.
I see a gleaming.
Oh, you just seeing things again, Thok.
So,
Look at it again.
we do like perception or investigation. See what it is.
You could do a perception from here to see what you see.
Okay.
I don't believe him.
Okay, that's fine.
I will look towards the direction that Thok is looking.
Okay, you get a perception. Interesting.
Which side of the wagon is it that he's indicating this thing is?
Down the road, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay.
No, not that button. The other one.
You deceive the party into your looking.
Nope.
And you see about as much as. I'm definitely looking.
That's the same
I'm
roll.
not covering my eyes.
That's the same roll.
It is the same roll. Double sevens.
Roll 20 knows what's up.
Roland, you're staring down the road, so you do actually get a chance to roll perception. And I don't know if you know how to do that yet. Pa.
I am here.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Go ahead and roll perception. So if you look on your character sheet, if you have that open,
I do not.
then we better do that. If you go to the journal in the top right corner of the screen,
Yep.
next to the eye, there should
I'm
be.
on it.
Oh, you found your character sheet? Cool.
Yep.
Okay. So in there, under your skills, there should be the word perception. Do you see it?
Yep.
Go ahead and click the name of it. There you go. Wow, for a driver, you're not
Wow.
looking.
Yes.
You're
That
like
was
a
a
horse
2.
ass.
Ouch.
The gleam of the whatever is happening is actually so bright that you're having troubles looking. Ugh, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. What? Jack.
Are the
you-
horses startled at all?
No, they don't seem to mind. It's just some gleam in the front. However, Jack, you notice, probably about 100, 120 feet away at this point, there seems to be some armored figures standing in the road.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like we've got some company.
Upon hearing
Oh.
eject, I want to start looking.
How far away are they?
I said it, so I'm not going to say it again. If Jack wants to say, he may.
I was typing stuff. I didn't hear exactly how far. I was like 100, 150 or something like that. I don't remember.
That's close enough. 100, 120.
100, 120.
I'll say it again if you give confirmation that you want to say it, I guess is what
Yeah.
I should have said.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I want to say it.
Okay. Yeah. Silas, you're allowed to make a perception check if you go ahead and look now.
At Jeg's mentioning of potential company, I will ready my bow.
I didn't do so hot.
Yeah, no one but Jack really notices. You see kind of a gleam, but it could be anything. It could just be a shiny rock. Who knows?
You're saying people, Jack?
Yeah, that's what I see. Looks like at least 2 men in armor.
Does
Well, I'm
anyone
sure
else
if
wish
we're
to prepare in
civilized,
any
then we
way?
can say something with them or make discourse with them. But just in case, if we pull over by the side of the road and I can use detect magic, and it'll take me about 10 minutes to do so.
10 minutes. We've already been in this stinking wagon for hours.
Yes, but
Well, if you get out and you want to go test detect magic, then I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna go find a
I'm about to find a what?
find a
Snake.
snake.
Oh. Don't get out. Okay. So can I... Roland, could you please pull over?
Pulling over.
Roland pulls over. Yes, you're gonna make sweet intercourse with them, not discourse.
Keep using that word.
So I'm going to start casting detect magic as a ritual, so I don't use the spell slot.
Okay. So as he does this, Jack, you know the people over there, they seem to be waiting pretty patiently. So let's go down the line. Silas, do you do anything while he's casting?
I want to get out and start looking.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check at advantage.
Survival.
Nice. You find a snake, a common gardener snake, but it's pretty good size. It's about, let's say, 2.5 feet long, with its nice, pretty patterns. I can't remember exact color coating of those ones, but
I think they're mostly black with yellow stripes and red dots.
that sounds about right.
I
Say,
cast animal friend.
okay. It's just a simple snake. It is charmed by you.
I hold my hand out invitingly for it to crawl up my arm,
It does so.
and then I go back to the cart.
All right. Do you make
And
any
for-
attempt to hide the snake?
No, I
So-
display it happily to everybody in the cart. Hey guys, I found my snake.
So for those who are new to 5th edition, this is the condition of Charmed.
Yes, charmed. A charmed creature can attack the charmer or to target the charmer. Or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability checks to interact socially with the creature.
Cool. Thank you.
Again, I can't read. I can't read.
I just keep being very friendly with the snake, trying to form a nice bond.
Okay.
So as everybody's kind of sitting around and Thok is casting his ritual, I just kind of mention that it looks like they're standing there waiting for something.
That's why I'm using detect magic to see if they are arcane magic or evil. And if not, then it's fine.
I don't know much about evil creatures, but I don't think they'd stand in the middle of waiting.
Evil waits.
They shrug.
Sounds like something you stinking Templars would do as I'm playing with my snake.
Just shrug
cool,
and say,
snake.
all right. Oh, cool, a snake breaks concentration.
So Joe, Thok would know that by the time you're finished with this, you'll need to be within 30 feet to actually know if they have magic or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's concentration up to a certain amount of time. I
Yeah,
forget.
concentration up to 10 minutes.
Roland, what are you doing?
I am sitting in the wagon watching.
All right.
Hey Roland, check out my snake.
Never mind. I'm getting out of the wagon.
Okay. You're just gonna wait for the whatever is gonna happen to happen.
I'm just gonna watch.
Okay. And Far Traveler.
aside from trying to see if I can see them now that they've been pointed out and standing still, just have my bow readied.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys can make another perception check if you wish. Perhaps at advantage this time. That's good enough, Doc. You don't need to roll the advantage. Silas got it, and so did our traveler very easily. Now it's been pointed out to you guys. You're like, oh yeah, I see them. They're just kind of standing there.
I absolutely do not react that way.
Well, if you were me inside your head, that would be how it sounded. If you're not, then who knows? That's kind of the idea.
Okay.
Yes, you can see them standing there perfectly still. You know, to you, they look almost, Far Traveler, that is, they almost look just like statues of armor, or like a suit of armor someone would put into their house to decorate.
So they're not moving at all?
Not at all.
Q.
Upon noticing that, I will actually go up to Roland, and he's not in the wagon, right?
I think I'm standing next to it.
Okay, yeah. I will hop down so I can still see Silas, and I will mention to Roland, that does not seem to be people. That is probably an ambush.
Well, they'll figure it out.
Do I hear him say ambush?
Oh no, Far Traveler, you're intending to be quiet.
Not particularly, but Far Traveler's not very loud spoken anyway, so
Would Silas be listening as intently on them, or not so much?
No, it would just be through passive 11.
No,
Wait,
Far
play
Traveler's a little too quiet, and Thok is making a lot of noise. He's calling upon the powers of the Templar to cast this spell, and it's really weird.
I will, addressing Roland, say, would you be willing to go check that out, considering you are supposed to be the one granting us safe passage?
I don't want to, but I will.
At least he's honest.
If there is any trouble, do not engage. Come back immediately.
So be it.
All right. So would you like to approach stealthily? There's enough nature in the area that, especially with your racial passive, you are able to hide in it if you wish.
For those that don't know, in 5th edition, Wood Elves have a surprisingly good stealth ability where they can hide in very, very little natural cover.
Yep.
Works for me.
Cool.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a stealth check the same way you roll with your perception earlier.
If possible, I would like to give him help. His initial stealth check.
You would like to give him help. I think as he is doing it via being a wood elf, you'd have to be another wood elf to help him out in this case.
Okay.
However, he rolled pretty well. So yeah, you sneak forward, and as you approach, you notice to the north, before you even get to the suits of armor, there are some people at a lake. They seem to be moving their hands in some interesting gestures. It's not quite easy to tell what they're doing, but it seems to be some sort of magic. And as you approach the suits of armor, you do notice that they are empty.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check, if you would. Actually, let me see if I remember what I rolled there. What's your passive perception? It's under your skills. It should be a little thing with a number in it for passive perception.
Passive. 14.
All right, yeah, that's plenty. So while you're looking around kind of at these guys, you notice there are actually others sitting in the trees nearby, hiding, looking at the road.
Okay.
They don't seem to have noticed you.
Engage.
I've been asked to describe better because I need to work on that, which is fine. So what you do see is men. These men are wearing cloth, a very basic cloth, and they seem to have an assortment of daggers, and some of them have books. Actually, all of them seem to have a book on them, and a staff.
Okay.
Are they human?
They're an assortment of humans and elves.
Okay.
What do you do, Polly?
Do you engage?
Let's do it. Yeah. Yep. Let's
Okay.
engage.
Paul, before you begin, you have the option of doing what's called a refocus, and that will set your initiative to the highest possible. If you have not been noticed, it's generally a good way to set up an ambush. This is
Sweet.
not an official 5th edition rule. This is a port forward from 3.0, 3.5. It's a home brew that Leafjack plays under because it actually makes sense.
Get ready for combat. Oh.
I'm good with it. Let's do it.
Okay. So all of you guys at the wagon, some of you might notice that Roland has walked away. I mean, he did kind of get down and sneak away. But you have no idea where he is now. As for you, Roland, I will say that you see a total of 5 of these robed, clothing figures with the books, as well as the 2 things of armor.
Okay.
Hey, listen, say once more, do you engage?
Yes. Yes.
YOLO.
That is the YOLOs of the YOLO.
Let's do it.
I will again say this might be death, but it's up to you if you choose to do this.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Oh, I didn't rage no bitch. Okay. Would you like to be north or south of the path? That's one thing I didn't actually ask.
Let's be south.
Okay. Good thing I have nothing for south of the path. Well, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So let's bring everybody to the same map.
Hey.
Oh, look at
Everybody go ahead and roll initiative, and we will set up
that. Oh, geez. Zoom out. There we go.
everything.
All the way in the bottom.
Oh, gosh. Zoom in.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we
When you roll, make sure you have selected your character token, or else
Yeah,
it won't
messed up. I done
work
goofed.
out.
Right.
You rolled the same thing anyways.
Positioning on this is interesting.
I will help you. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Select my turkey and rotate initiative.
So, Paul, this is what you need to do.
Okay.
First off, click on your token, which he's kind of behind the horse there. Go to your character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there should be a thing called initiative in the top middle. Click on the initiative button.
In the top middle. There it is. Okay.
Okay, so make sure to roll with advantage like you're supposed to. So you refocus, so you're not actually going to use this number. However, in most situations, this is how you're going to roll for initiative when I ask for it. In this case, however, you have a 3.16 modifier. So you will have a 23.16.
Very nice.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and show you, because you did see these guys hiding in the bushes. Those guys. Okay. So you are a little south of that point there, Roland. Everyone else is about 100 feet away. I was
Okay.
going to say this point here is 100 from from Roland to you guys is 100 at the closest. I need to roll their initiative. However, we're going to do something right off the bat too, fun and enough, called the surprise round. In this round, only the people who are not surprised are allowed to act, including reactions. And let me find my NPCs so I'm not... There we go. Yeah. Do and their initiative.
Oh my goodness, you even have diagonal set. You were really prepared.
That's right. I have it as my default, so every time I make a map, it will have the diagonals correct.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Roland, it is your turn.
Okay. Am I rolling initiative again?
No, you do not have to roll initiative until next combat, so you're fine there. It is
Okay.
just your turn. You can move, you can act. Bonus action. Since you didn't get a chance to make your character beyond first level,
Mhm.
I will remind you you have you have a spell called Hunter's Mark that you can use as a bonus action, and if you do that, that is a very good spell because it allows you to do more damage to the target you have marked.
We should probably do that.
Okay, where would you like to do that? On what? You can choose one of the 5 things you see.
Hang on.
Yes. Hunter's Mark is the bread and butter of being a ranger. It's very strong. Well,
Okay.
it
Am I
helps a
supposed
lot.
to select somebody or?
Just choose one person, and I'll mark it for you.
Okay, that little fucker in the bushes.
So there's a ruler tool, so you can use it to point.
Oh,
this
cool.
one? Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Awesome, we can do that guy. Easy peasy. We're just gonna put this scroll and crossbones on him.
So that's a bonus action.
That is a bonus action. And since it is your first turn of combat, if you take the attack action, you may make an additional attack. Great.
Definitely. Yep.
Okay, so would you like to attack? I guess is the first question.
Yes.
And since you marked him, I'm guessing you want to attack him.
Yes.
Alright, so what you're going to do is, will you be using your longbow, first off?
Yes.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is, in your character sheet, go ahead and click the longbow button.
Okay, hang on. There we go. Where are longbow?
Middle of your character sheet, probably about halfway down.
Yeah. Oh, and there should be a thing under that before you click longbow that says 1d6 and then in brackets Hunter's Mark. Check that box next to that. I don't know if you see that at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, it worked out.
1d6, okay.
Yeah, it
Okay,
worked out.
cool.
So that 5 is your Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So you rolled max damage on your bow and almost max on your mark. And you
Holy-
definitely hit. So you pop out of the tall grass and you
Leaf check.
Hmm?
If he's attacking from stealth, you should also have advantage, yes?
Oh, yes, you're right. So go ahead and click it again because you did have advantage and I'm just a derp.
Okay.
An advantage again if you don't remember is you roll 2 dice, take the better. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well then. All right.
Roll 20
Neat.
is being weird today. All right. So what are you aiming for? How do you want to kill him with your arrow?
Oh, does my answer change? Like what I rolled? I don't know how I'm trying to ask
No,
this. But...
no,
this is
just,
all
like flavor
cinematic.
stuff. This is style.
Oh, this is style stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Chest.
Okay, so just as simple, you stand up, You loose an arrow, and it goes right into his chest. And he goes, oh! A super surprised look on his face, like, I didn't even realize there was a guy there. And he falls forward out of the tree, smacks his face against the ground, and dies.
Lead.
All right, you actually have another shot.
Oh.
Um,
For
Paul's
this
coming in
one,
with a one shot.
you will need to untick your hunter's mark, though, because your target is deceased.
correct. You'll be able to move that your next turn as a bonus action. However, you only get one bonus action. So you have this
Okay.
guy, and then these guys up here, including this guy's way far away. Still in your range.
Let's do that guy right there.
Right there. Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
So go ahead. You do not have advantage this time, and you do not have Hunter's Mark, but you can still make your attack.
Sweet. Same way.
Same way. Alright, well, just ignore the Hunter's Mark. Ooh, you went from
Yes.
max to min, but you do hit.
Shit.
Arrow whizzes through the air and hits him right in the shoulder. Oh, and you hear a, what hit me? Type of noise. And he looks around, he sees you, he's like, oh. Alright. So, since it was a surprise round, and even your party was surprised, the initiative tracker goes through, and it's actually your turn again.
Okay.
Oh shit, all of their tokens went down in health.
Uh-oh.
That
DM's
was
got
one
clones.
powerful arrow.
I got clones. Oh well. Well, I'll just remember it's not too hard. So, it is your turn again, as I had said. You may use your bonus action to move your hunter's mark if you'd like.
Okay. How do I do
Choose
that?
a new target.
So you need to check your distances and make sure you actually can reach him with the spell, first of all. And additionally, Leafjack didn't tell you, but you do have a movement pool. I believe as a wood elf, you can move up to 35 feet at any point you want on your previous turn and this new one.
Oh, I should have told you on your first turn you had plus 10 on that too. So if you wish, you could have moved after you shot the first time. I forgot.
Okay. That's okay. So do I still have the option to move or no? I'm confused.
I will give you that option. So we'll pretend the
Okay.
turn hasn't ended from last time.
Let's
It's
move up a little bit.
You're going to move up. Okay.
As a comment, Hunter's Mark has range 90 feet.
Sweet. So how do can I just do that?
Yeah, you can move.
Okay, cool.
That will change something, but that's okay. So you moved up. Is that where you would like to move to on your surprise round turn?
Yes.
Okay.
If I am correct that you have 35 feet movement, you can move up to 7 squares per turn
Yes.
without doing anything special.
And in that turn you had 45, so you could have done 9 squares. But you choose to go there, and that's fine.
Yep.
However, that does change something. Upon doing that, moving forward on your surprise round,
He's still south of the road, Leafjack.
looks like he moved up to the road.
There is nowhere for him to be south of the road on this map.
That's true. Would you still like to be south of the road? That's, I guess, the question.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he is technically south of the road. So it would be wow, wrong thing. You know what? I'm not gonna change that. So yeah. We're gonna go all the way around again if I could find you. Where in the world? There. There we got him. And it's gonna be your turn again.
Shit. Okay.
So, I want to double check something before I say it, because it might change what you want to do. Okay, I was right. So as a reminder, you only have one bonus action, and since it's no longer your first turn of combat, instead of taking a double attack, you are able to take the hide action as a bonus action. However, that means you couldn't move your hunter's mark, because that also takes a bonus action. So you have to choose between the two. Or unless you want to do something else.
I'll move, I think.
Would you like a suggestion?
Sure.
I suggest that if you still have some sort of natural cover from being in tall grass or some woods or whatever, you take one shot at the guy who's already injured, and if it is good enough to drop him, attempt to hide again.
Works for me.
Okay, I missed that. I was typing out something. What is the game plan?
Shoot again at the injured guy, the one that hit him in the shoulder, and then attempt to hide again.
Okay. So, same way as last time, no advantage, and you don't have your hunter's mark on him, so go ahead and make the attack roll. .22 is a hit, and 6 is enough to drop him.
Sweet. Yes.
Double kill. Alright, and then since you wish to use your bonus action to hide, go ahead and roll another stealth check.
Do you guys want to do any descriptive cinematics for that, or?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that. What would you like to do? Where are you aiming for?
Oh, let's do this time in the neck throat area.
Ooh. Alright,
Yep.
so you loose another arrow and it goes right into his throat. He grabs his neck like and he too falls out of his tree and slams right into a log, pushing the arrow all the way through his neck.
Christ. Matt, I'm sorry, real quick. Did you say do the stealth one again?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you are also welcome to move. You have your movement pool of 35 feet. If you wish to back up, or move forward, or move back, or stay.
I'll do right there.
You'll
Back
be right
to where I
back where
was.
you were. Alright. Drop back down into the low grass, kind of crouched, ready to strike, but hidden for now. Okay. Far Traveler. It's pretty easy to notice as two people fall out of trees that your companion, your hired companion, is killing people instead of falling back.
I will climb up onto the wagon at the highest part, which is, I assume, either the separator between the front and the back, or into the driver's seat.
Just a little bit above the driver's seat, but yeah.
I will turn back to Jack and say, if there's fighting, I will protect you. Just stay behind me.
Nod.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Their turn. Oh, that's entertaining. So, on their turn, Roland, you notice that the ones at the lake continue to do what they were doing. They don't stop for you.
Okay.
There's actually something I need to do. Cool. I'm going to actually change that. That's okay. And then the suits of armor who are just standing there both turn their heads towards you. Pick up their swords and march forward. Whoop.
Piss.
All right, I opened the wrong thing. There we go. All right. Let's do it. So, it says slam. Swords are really more just cinematic. The first one, you notice that they're getting close, and you're like, these things are moving. And he brings up his sword arm and slams down next to you, and you're easily able just to be like, oh, he's not going to hit me, and kind of just sidestep it. The other one does the same thing. What is your armor class? I'm not totally sure where to find that. Let me help you.
14?
Actually, you know what? It's probably, yeah, it is 14.
Or is it? Okay.
Yes. So he does hit you, and slams down on you with his arm instead of the sword that's in his hand, and hits you for 6 bludgeoning damage. A quick trick: if you click on your token and then click in the green circle and hit -6 and hit enter, it will automatically do the calculation for you.
Sweet.
Awesome. Perfect.
As a note, since you are playing a archer, it seems like firing a ranged weapon in melee combat has disadvantage, which means you take the worst of 2d20s if you attempt to do that without the feat crossbow expert.
Yes.
Okay.
Thok.
Mm.
You are casting.
Right. Is it done?
It hasn't been 10 minutes, but make an Arcana check.
Bad.
That's okay.
Well done.
I will forgive that because I want this to happen anyways.
Okay.
So, your
In the future, Leaf Jack, if you want things to happen, don't ask for rolls.
I know.
We're playing on Roll20 after all.
I asked for a roll. He gave me a roll, and I decided I didn't care. That was for the order of that thought process.
Acknowledge DM.
So you notice that your pendant starts to glow as you're casting. If you put do you put any sort of thought focus into that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you kind of put your focus into that, and then it starts to glow brightly. And then kind of like this little blue shield absorbs around it, and then kind of pulses out 30 feet, and you have the spell cast at a half time with the ritual.
Okay.
So you have detect magic going with a 5-minute cast time.
Okay. Got it.
That will take your action. However, you still have your movement.
Right. So,
Did that alter the duration at all?
The duration remains.
Cool.
Yep.
all right. So when I see that Mr. Roland is getting attacked by some dudes, I want to like charge up next to him. Be
Okay,
all
do you
like,
remember that from you to him is 100 feet? Even though it says 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
fair
shooting. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I can't do that then.
You can go 30 feet. So you can go about
I'm gonna
30
like
distance.
I'm going to kind of get at the front of the group and like kind of show my shield out and be all like, "You will not hurt us." And as see if I can cast a spell. Still don't want to cast. Oh, never mind. Detect magic is concentration,
Correct.
and all my other spells are concentration. So.
Ah, the problems of
Alright,
being
so-
a paladin.
So what do I see with my detect magic?
30 feet in front of you?
Well, yeah, do I see any magic around me or not?
That's an interesting question.
He's like,
Believe that he could potentially notice Silas's charmed snake at the very least.
You do notice that.
That's not a very big concern for him at this point.
You find something resonating off of Jack. And Silas himself. However, the snake kind of overpowers it. It's
Okay.
very faint. You're not totally sure at what school. I think you have to take an action to do that anyways, so.
You are correct. I'll give you the actual breakdown for detect magic.
Okay.
Just so you play it right.
You sense presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see the faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn this is School of Magic, if any.
So one of the neat things about that specifically is that it says visible creature. One of the hacks you would try in older editions is cast Detect Magic to try and find hidden creatures with invisibility. That doesn't work in 5th edition anymore.
Neat. So, Thok, you kind of prepare yourself for battle, but you don't go farther than about 5 feet in front of the wagon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of like place myself so that I'm adjacent to both Lizard Man and Far Traveler. I want to get adjacent as many. I want to be adjacent to as many people as possible because I have protection, and that gives disadvantage for people who are attacking people who are near me.
Okay.
That's a reaction.
Well, most of the combat seems pretty far away, but that's up to you. Jack, what do you do?
So I will elect to hop out of the wagon and get as close to the suits of armor as I can on the north side. You said this is about 100 feet, so about what would be 30, right?
Well,
About
30 is a
here.
tenth. So about 10 feet out.
10 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
I will jump off the front of the wagon and be kind of behind the horses.
Well, you still move 30 feet, so you're 20
You're
feet
moving
in
30
front
feet.
of
It's just not relative on what we.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will
it's
be.
kind of folded, is what's happening.
Okay, I'll still. I guess right there. Is that acceptable? About.
Yeah, it's fine. Are you in front of the wagon, or are you going to be 20 feet in front of the wagon? And then, of course, you can use your action to use your movement pool again.
Right, so I will. Let's see. Try and move behind this cover up here as second movement.
So I know it's confusing because of the way we have it. That cover will actually be like 100 feet away from you at this point.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
100 feet. Okay. Then
It's weird.
If you guys can see the gray square in the bottom, that is the area that's like folded time space 100 feet. Anything on this map is relative to this map, except for that gray square. Everything basically at this line back is 100 feet.
So this is 50 feet then, north and south? Like, that would be 50 feet?
Yeah.
North shouldn't be 50 feet. It should be accurate north-south, but east-west is where it's folded 100 feet.
Okay.
This is right.
Whatever actions it takes to move, I will be standing here.
Okay.
There is a function called dash. That is how you get further, but going there is just part of your regular movement pool, so you still have your action if you are actually there, or if you have the option, you still have bonus actions.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I could dash and potentially, let's see, 60 feet.
Use a bonus action.
It's about 100. Yeah.
So from here.
Right. Sorry, I'm not trying to
60
slow
feet
down.
would be about here. Right.
You can blame Leaf Jack for this. He didn't anticipate ranged combatants.
I didn't expect for people to split that far and then engage. So.
All right. So here, that movement, and then an additional one. Does that sound acceptable? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So as of now, you're about 30 feet away from him. And as such, you would be about... Yeah, you would actually be, on this map, you could be up in here. Yeah, you could be. Oops. With the dash, you would be able to go to about here on the map, the actual map.
Okay, I'm just going to hold right here for the time being.
That's fine. Silas.
Am I in reaching distance of Thok still?
He did say he was attempting to be adjacent to you and I, so technically you should be.
Yes.
Thok, my weapon.
Yes. So
So it's in the backpack, so it definitely takes some movement to get it.
I'm going to
the backpack's going to be in the actual cart. I probably wouldn't bring it with me.
Oh, okay. Then it's just in front of you
Oh.
then, Silas.
That may have changed whether Silas addressed you at all or not.
I will. Can I just grab the backpack as without any?
Yeah, actually, that is one of the things that you are allowed to do in 5th edition. There's an option called free interaction. If you do something that is so minor that it requires nothing, such as shoving food in your mouth, or opening a door, or retrieving a small object from a table, or, picking up a weapon from the ground, it requires one free interaction, which every character has access to. Anything beyond that in a turn, however, may start to take actions. So, retrieving your bag absolutely should be that free interaction for you this turn.
I'm gonna grab the bag and throw it on. Reach down to the bottom of the cart and gather whatever dust I can into my fingers, and cast Long Strider on Thok.
Okay. Do you want to post that for us?
Going to right now. Yep.
Awesome.
And throw that on Thok, and then I will cast Expeditious Retreat. And
Just a heads up, in 5th edition, you cannot cast spell slots greater than 1 if one is a standard action and one is a bonus action, unless you are not using a bonus action to cast. So say you're a sorcerer who uses Quicken spell, meta magic, to cast Scorching Ray, and it's a 2nd level spell, you cannot then cast another Scorching Ray with your regular action, even though you have an action and spells are an action.
What you could do, if it comes down to it, is you could take an action or bonus action for your spell and then cast a cantrip as an action, whatever you have left. But you can't do a bonus action like 1st level spell and an action 1st level spell.
Gotcha. Understood. Okay. So then I will just take, so then I'll just do Long Strider on Thok, and I'll jump out of the cart.
Okay. So Thok, your speed is increased by 10 feet until the spell ends. No concentration.
Which is an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, do you end?
That's it for me.
Okay, Roland, we're back to you.
Sweet.
You are surrounded by suits of armor that punched you.
Indeed.
The hammer fisted you. Oh, bam! If you wish to get away from them, it will provoke unless you take the disengage action.
Yeah, let's do disengage.
Okay. So your movement pool is 35. So you can move 35 feet away from them or wherever.
Okay.
Perfect. You still have your bonus action. You can change your hunter's mark, or you can use your bonus action to try hiding again. However, they didn't seem to care last time. Perhaps you didn't hide well enough. Maybe something else happened.
Let's do hunter's mark.
Okay, where would you like to move it to?
I'm gonna try that. Oh shit. Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's
fine. Cool. Yeah, there you go.
Something I forgot to do was Hunter's Mark is concentration and you took damage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I need you to make a concentration check, which is a constitution check.
Saving throw. It's
throw.
not a constitution check, it's a saving throw.
Alright, it's constitution saving throw.
The DC is 10 or half the damage you took, whichever is greater. In this case, you did not take 20, so the DC is baseline 10.
Yeah. To make a saving throw, there should be a section next to your skills, pretty close to it, with saving throws, and then one of them is Constitution. You just click that. If you find it.
Looking.
Straight up from skills.
Okay.
Saving throws, okay, and we need a Constitution?
Yeah, okay, you save handily so that your spell didn't dissipate, and you are able to move it with your bonus action. So you are 35 feet away from them.
Okay.
Wait, you're 35 feet from here.
Here, okay.
Yeah, from that square. Perfect. And that is pretty much everything. So far, Traveler.
Jekt is approaching, right?
Correct.
Yes, actually, him and Jack are pretty well even in distance.
And Silas has retrieved his bag. Okay. Was it very obvious that Roland has been attacked?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to attempt to take a shot at that suit of armor there.
Okay, that is within the range of a longbow.
All right. I believe that's a miss.
That is a miss. It goes flying through the air and hits the shoulder pad of one of the armor you're shooting at and just bounces right off.
Well, I'm nervous about Jekt, but Silas has also got his things with him, and making sure he doesn't kill the party is more important, so I will intern there.
Okay. It's the enemy's turn.
Matt, I must depart this group.
Oh, it is your night of sleep.
Yeah, only for like 4 more hours, but yes, it is.
Oh my god.
All right. Thanks for playing, man. I hope you enjoyed
Yep,
what we got to do.
I did.
Good.
Indeed. Thank you,
Is it
gentlemen.
safe to assume that Roland is falling back?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll
Very
just
much
have that
so.
keep happening.
He
All
pulls
right.
out a secret bed and falls asleep.
You can't see me. I whoosh, and he's in a blue bubble with a bed in it. What is this?
Indeed. Cool beans. Catch you guys later.
Later.
All right. Eddie, thanks for playing.
See ya. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make him out of the way so nothing happens to him, so I don't forget.
I stab him.
Okay, so it was his turn. They.
No stabbing of the guide, Thok.
So the armor is kind of like hunched down a little bit, kind of like a bull would, like a human with horns on their head. And they start running as fast as they can. They put all their effort into it, and they go to Jacked.
Okay.
However, they seem to have spent all of their time this round doing that, and thus it is Thok's turn. They seem to have dashed. That is.
Okay. So can I make my way over to Jack?
He does have 10 extra moves.
So your speed is 40, and he is 60 feet away, so you would have to dash to make it to him.
Yeah, sure. I'll dash and kind of like get in between those two things and use my reaction to protect Jack if I need it.
What is that exactly?
Protection,
protection.
fighting style.
Okay, can you use your reaction to give a bonus to AC? Is that what it is?
No, it uses reaction to impose disadvantage on whoever's attacking someone adjacent to me.
Joe, do you have it as a character sheet function of features and traits?
There you go.
There we go.
Not word for word, but paraphrase.
Joe.
Hmm.
Do you have inspiration?
I do.
Then never mind.
Okay. Can you use his reaction to impose disadvantage on attack rolls attacking 5 feet friend?
Paraphrased.
Oddly worded, but okay.
There you go.
When a creature you see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. Okay. 1 sec. I need to read something. A message sent to me. Secrets.
I got a secret.
Okay. Thought you used your thing. Eject.
Yes.
It is your turn. Go ahead
Perfect.
and do what you want, I guess, at this point. We'll see what happens in a bit.
Okay. So I'm assuming these guys are within melee range.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they're all up in your grill.
I am going to, let's see which one. The one to the east, and just do a quarterstaff attack on that.
Bath with the staff. All right. You hit it. You clang it right in the head. It gives off this ringing noise as if you hit like a bell or something hollow. Okay. Dealing 4 bludgeoning damage. Why can't I select it? Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. Is that all?
And as a bonus action, that's it.
Celis.
How close are they? Like 60 feet?
Right now they are. Yeah, Jack is 60 feet from you.
Okay. So I will search around in the bag for my weapon, and then reload it with my bonus action. And that's it for
What was that? One more time. Sorry, Nate.
I'm gonna search around. I'm gonna search around in the bag for my weapon and for the arcane magazine, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to reload it.
Okay. So you only have to use your movement to do that. You're able to find both with just searching in real quick and pulling them out, and you can reload, and you can actually take your action now.
My reloading it takes a bonus.
Correct. You use your bonus action to reload. Use your movement to find in the other order, so you still have your action.
Gotcha. Then I will take a shot at the one on Jek's left. The one that's behind Thok. Yep.
Okay. All right, with the big bang attack. Oh, and the sound of thunder striking metal. Which probably sounds really weird. You see the bullet go into the armor and leave a really big dent. So Raze, I saw your comment and I checked. Don't worry about it.
And that'll be it.
All right. I'm gonna color them red, and this thing is in my way. And I'm gonna color this one green so we can differentiate which one we're going for. Awesome.
I also can't perfectly see that one right now.
Which one?
The one I just fired at. I can see most of them, but not all of them.
Is some terrain on the map in this square that is causing interference with your line of sight due to the lighting effects that Leafjack has gotten with his subscription.
Yes, and it's just a sign, and I was being silly, but if it's blocking that much, I don't want it there.
It was, in fact, blocking that entire section of the map.
Yeah.
I understand that, but if you look at the trees, you shouldn't be able to see past them. I mean, they're trees, at least the loggy areas. So that was my goal.
The trees made sense. I just didn't know what was right there.
It's hard to see. There is a sign. Oh, what's that?
Is this the cones of not being able to see? Is that unique to each character's token? Like
Yes,
I can only
where you are.
That is cool. This is really nifty.
And in complete darkness, you guys will be able to see differently because some of you have different dark vision. Some of you have no dark vision.
Yeah. Sweet. Cool. That's awesome. Sorry.
No problem. Silas, that was you. So Far Traveler.
Oh dear. So, what stances are the armors in? Are they focusing on Jack specifically?
They haven't really had time to react to Thok, but right now, yes, they're definitely focusing on Jacked. Hold the door! Hold the door!
Okay, so I'm gonna turn back to Silas and say, keep doing that. And I'm actually going to dash 60 feet forward. No, I'm gonna move 60 feet forward, and so I'm gonna set my longbow in the wagon before I leave, move 30 feet forward, and ready my shield because that takes an action.
Okay. So you'll go ahead and place your character like right here. Yeah. Once someone gets to 20, we can adjust it. That's okay. Alright. Alright. More carrots. Back to the darkness. Alright, it is their turn. So I need to do my secret roll. Shit. Is that rolling right?
Yeah, blame
That is either
There
a
goes.
good thing or a bad thing for us. One of the two.
Alright. Luck of the roll, man. Luck of the roll.
It's a bad thing for us.
Jacked. The armors
Sure.
swing down with their heavy arms. Thok, do you use your reaction to protect?
Yes.
Okay, so one of them will be at disadvantage. Rolling a staggering 19 on their attack for 5 bludgeoning damage. And the other one, the protection didn't help. I'm sorry. Another 5 points. At least you guys aren't level 1.
I'm staying back.
All right. Thok, your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Have these things been damaged at all?
Both have.
Both
That
have?
one
Okay.
took a pretty significant cannon shot, in fact.
Okay. All right. I'm going to attack the one that has been cannoned.
Okay.
Hiya.
Yeah, you hit the armor and it goes ting right off of it.
Yep. That's it.
Okay. Level 3. Jacked.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Do my stuff. All right.
So, like I told Pity, again, ranged attacks in melee will incur disadvantage. That does apply to spell ranged attacks as well.
Gotcha. All right. Targeting the one to the north.
Before you do
will-
that, I have something to send you.
Okay.
Actually, I want to say this because it might be kind of cool. So, you got hit, and you feel this rush of energy coursing through your blood and your bones and your every bit of everything. You feel like you have this ginormous magical power that's about to explode. You might want to take that into consideration for your next action.
Gotcha. All right. So I will. I will decide to unleash that power, and I will cast Scorching Ray and target the one to the north twice and the one to the east once. With that, you said I roll a disadvantage in melee range for spells.
Yes.
Unless you have the feat Spell Sniper, yes.
Okay, perfect. And then with that,
Actually, I'm mistaken. It's still Crossbow Expert to negate that, but yes.
oh, okay, perfect. And then with that, on one of my attacks, I will invoke that. So if I have a disadvantage and then I have something that gives me advantage,
You will be
Cancel.
attacking it neutral.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And we shall cast some spellage. All right. Perfect. I
We'll
don't
take
know.
that first number, not the second. So that is a hit for
Perfect.
8 fire damage. Go ahead and roll a D101. Can't remember what 101 was, but the rest matters.
The 101 is the
what?
101 is the deer thing.
Oh
The
yeah.
deer. Yeah. So how do I do 101?
Okay,
So
so-
just type
Slash roll.
/roll space 1D
Oh,
101.
gotcha.
And you can do just /R. That works as well.
/R and then what was the command again? /R and
1D101. I don't have this open. 85. Let us look on the table of wild magic searches to see what happened. If the book wasn't so awful, this would be faster. Okay, here we go. 85. You cast minor image. That's
So-
all it says.
Is that mirror image?
Oh, is it mirror? I might be
Yeah,
misreading.
there's different.
Mirror, yes, mirror image. Sorry.
That's pretty good.
Let's look
Well-
up what that does.
Yeah, let's see that. Oh, nice.
3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions shifting position, so it's impossible to track which image is real. You can use the action to dismiss the images. Each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate. With 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8. With 1, you must roll an 11 or higher. The duplicate's AC equals 10 plus your dexterity mod. If the attack hits duplicate is destroyed.
Nice.
This will be the relevant part for you for the upcoming turns.
Yes. Cool. So you cast mirror image. Also, you have 2 more scorching ray attacks, which will be at disadvantage.
Okay, perfect.
If
Disadvantage.
you have inspiration, this is an opportunity that you could also use that.
I do not at the moment. So, I will continue casting the Scorch on the suit of armor to my north, and as the images appear to, as my outline seems to blur, 2 additional images, or however many it was,
3 additional.
three additional images just appear and circle around me, and then I will cast Scorching Ray again, and that looks like I am standing there with my arms to my side, and veins of fire originating from my shoulders come down to my, kind of throw it out as it reaches my fingers, and ribbons of fire nail whatever they're hitting, or miss rather. So that was my attack on the one to the north.
Okay. It hits the armor and just kind of goes poof.
Perfect. And then we will send you.
And this one is the same.
Okay.
Just kind of dissipates away.
Sounds cool. Sounds good. Doesn't work.
I like your description, by the way. Very cool.
Perfect. All right. And that's my move.
All right. Silas,
How far away is Far Traveler?
you went
30 feet from the front of the wagon, So I was adjacent to you a moment ago.
I cast Expeditious Retreat. And I run in the absolute opposite direction of the party.
I had a feeling this would happen. Alright, reroll. Alright, so he's 90 feet in the opposite direction.
120 feet. I
120?
have double dash actions with Expeditious.
Well, yeah, you have 30.
You can take one that turn.
30 at 30.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was.
Far Traveler.
I pushed the button.
Okay. It wraps him up, as always. That's a free interaction, so you still have the rest of your turn.
I will move up again. How far do I need to get?
You have 30 more feet until you're on Jack.
On Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will move 25 feet up to be behind him, and I will, because I'm entertained, I will bonus action rage. Not going the stereotypical frothing mouth retarded barbarian, but rather hyper focused.
So She-Hulk.
Maybe, but I've never seen it, so I don't know. At that point, I will use an action to attempt to grab him by the scruff of his coat, place my shield on the back of his spine, and basically somersault him over top of me to wind up behind me.
Alright. Does Jack resist?
No, I believe in this. I would be unaware as I'm surrounded by armor.
Well, if you don't resist, you handily just shove into him, and you flip him around, he goes poof. What?
I will set him in the southeast adjacent square.
So you will put him here?
Southeast. Or, sorry, southwest.
Southwest?
That's right.
Yes.
Aha!
Yeah.
So you will put him right here. Go ahead and move your character.
I will use the last 5 feet to move into the square he was.
Okay. Oh,
He did not move willingly.
no. But he has some duplicates. You don't know which one's him. Roll, Jack, go ahead and roll that d20.
He said he doesn't resist, so part of that was okay.
Because it is his. He's trying to get you to miss, not a.
True. Okay.
It's not a thing.
I'll accept it then. It will be
Okay.
moved. It will be moved.
Sounds good.
You just put all of them on your shield, and you're like, I don't care which one it is. They will all hop on. You never know. Only one has weight.
Let's just say I was supernaturally aware of which was him, just for that moment.
Okay.
Hey, pick the one that's second from the left. Got it, boss.
All right, your ancestors allowed you to know. We'll say that.
They have manifested around me, by the way.
That's true. Your ancestors probably were like, this guy. Probably quietly, they just probably pointed, but. Alright. So you are surrounded by your ancestors. Is that all? That would take your action, your movement.
And my
And your
bonus, surprisingly.
Alright.
As a free interaction, I will... no, I already used it for the button. Never mind.
Yeah. Something interesting is going to happen. So, the suit of armor that's to the north kind of like puts up his arms protectively and puts himself here. That does provoke from Thoc.
Can I use my attack of opportunity?
You may. Wait, did you protect already this turn? No, you attack.
No, that was last turn.
Yes. Okay, so you are at disadvantage, though.
Joe, if you would like, you can use an inspiration to counter the disadvantage.
I know.
That is very possible. Would
I
you do
will.
it? You will. Okay. You hit him. You slash across the armor, leaving a large gash in the middle. However, it continues to scoot along
Divine
and
smite.
clank.
Divine smite.
You
Can I
smite?
divine smite?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and expend the spell slot.
Minute.
Do you still have my macros?
Probably.
It's up to you. It's not like crit, so it's not a big deal.
Oh crap! Where are your macros? Whatever, I don't care.
Top right corner in the list type of thing.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
There should be a button where you can click it and it'll put it in bar. So you don't have to worry about it. It'll be in a certain spot on the map and you can just press it.
Whatever. I don't know.
And whatever you need to do, but go ahead and roll that.
Wait, is it D8 or D6?
It's
D8s.
D8s. Okay. So you slash through an anime style swoosh. A moment passes, and then light erupts through their chest, and as it goes, and then it falls apart.
So, for those who are new to 5th edition, paladins can opt to, after they've actually confirmed that they've hit something, choose to channel their magical spell slots into this special attack that he's just done.
Yeah.
It's very, very amusing when a paladin who crits decides they want to do this smite effect.
Yes,
Using as in tons of damage.
it doubles their dice.
Ridiculous.
Good lord.
Yeah,
Yep.
because a crit doubles dice, not modifiers. All right. The other armor attempts to grab a hold of the far traveler. Go ahead and do an opposed grapple.
Okay, I'm raging. I'm definitely going to use strength for this.
All right. Yeah, you push him off like he's candy. Just get out of here. He reaches for you.
One of the benefits of rage is that I always have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. I need to do my roll. But that is the end of their turn. Cool. Fuck.
Okay. All right. So the other one hasn't really been damaged much, right?
Doesn't seem to be too terribly damaged. So we haven't really talked about these guys. However, to the north there are people.
I know.
That's because you haven't mentioned anybody except Roland has noticed them.
Okay,
yeah, and
that's
like
true.
they're not trying to attack us, so they're not really an immediate concern.
Okay, that's fine.
All
Are
right,
they
so-
detectable with passive perceptions, perhaps?
Yes, they're not hiding at all. If you can see them through the line of sight, you can definitely see them. Cast Thunderous Might. Oh, I should have told you. I forgot you had Detect Magic up. These things are very
so
magical.
That's gone. What?
Before that drops, these armors are very magical.
Yes.
I
I can so. All right. So I'm going to Thunder Smite. So I'm dropping concentration on Detect Magic and turning it onto this.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hack. Hiya. Okay, that hits. And
That does it.
I'm also going to do Divine Smite at the same time. So I'm expending 2 spell slots this round.
Okay. I was just trying to
All right.
remember how many you actually get. And I don't remember exactly.
Right. Okay, then these are D6. All right.
Thunder
So
Smite is D6. Divine Smite is D8.
Right.
Yeah, he's blowing his load, Leaf Jack. This is his last.
I figure that if anything, this would be his last. So
Okay, there's
Unless there's something you guys did that I don't know about.
nothing I know about.
2d6, and my DC is 12 for whether or not they get pushed, feeding, or prone.
Okay.
Okay, that's the thunder damage,
And it's a strength save.
and that's the
correct?
radiant damage.
So a total of 27 damage. Nice.
Lord.
You slash down on him. True, like the last hit. A big thunderous boom echoes through his chest cavity, shaking his whole body, with light erupting with that. But he stands strong.
Ooh.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Jacked.
Sir. All right. Since I got pushed back into this weird time-space collapsed area, what is the actual range to? We don't see these guys, do we?
The range is absolutely correct, and if you can
Yes.
see them, you can see them.
Yes.
Perfect. I witnessed them. Witness me. All right. So I will choose to cast Catapult on the northernmost directly north of me. I also decide to spend some sorcery points and do a twin spell. And if that works, you'll have to fact check me. Also target this guy standing over here.
Okay, can you post a spell card for Catapult? Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
It might just do the attack roll. I don't know.
I
Also,
think
can we be done probably by like 1? I'm really tired.
I think after this combat, yes.
Okay,
I'm with
sounds
you there.
good.
oops, for some reason didn't copy all of it. Weird. Okay. I'll just read it. Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction before falling and stopping early. If it impacts against a solid surface, if the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. In either case, both the creature and object or solid surface take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Oh yeah,
We're
you're able
going-
to.
We're going absolutely raw. That wouldn't work with the twin spell because twin spell says to choose a spell that targets a creature. However, 5th edition does not care about raw. 5th edition cares about intent. And the intent of Catapult is to target a creature.
Right. And the way I'm going to have it is you're able to choose like 2 stones that you see, and you can fling them out at each target just fine.
I was actually going to choose metal shards from the busted apart piece of armor, if that works for flavor.
Yeah, that's perfect. And they are perfectly within range. So yeah, you may do that as well.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Catapult is a fantastic spell, by the way.
I'm liking it.
Yes, when I used it, I had my guy like roll a caltrop or like a lead ball forward, and then once it got to a point, I used that to shoot it off, so I could shoot around corners.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not the right guys. I closed their thing. Let me get them real fast. Oh, there you are. Cool. And they are doing things. Wow. They were
Dang.
quick on their feet and they just went
Nice.
foop, foop, not even stopping what they were doing.
Sidestepped. All right, cool. Awesome.
I
Say what?
I liked it, but it didn't work out, sadly.
It's all good. After using an action with a bonus action, can I move at all? Do I still have a move? Good, done.
You have your
Movement
move.
is not an action in 5th edition, unlike previous editions. It's just a pool. So regardless of what else you're doing, unless you're like grappled or something, you're still free to move.
Gotcha. I will move just slightly to the west. And then try and get behind this tree.
Okay.
Sounds good. And turn.
Cool. Silas, you are wrapped up.
I am held.
Moving on, Far Traveler.
I am going to, as part of the attack action, draw a weapon, and I'm going to take the attack action, and I'm also going to reckless attack. So, I'm going to pull my giant curvy longsword. It is, in fact, a longsword, but it's flavored different.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack that suit of armor.
Ooh. With your reckless attack, opening yourself up wide, you are able to hit.
Okay. Because I am raging, and I'm doing this with a strength-based attack, I will do extra damage on this attack. So, here we go.
Okay. What's
So,
the
6 plus 2.
eight? Oh, that's the two-handed, one-handed. Okay. Alright, you come down with your curved sword. And is there any flavor you'd like to add to this kill?
Not really, no. Go ahead and do it. Do it up,
Okay.
DM.
Alright, like the climber you are, you give yourself a little hop, opening yourself up wide like that scene in 300 where the guy jumps in the air. And you come down super hard and strong, and you cut down the hunk of metal in front of you as it falls to pieces.
I have been informed to make it barbecue flavored, so we'll go with that.
And it tastes like barbecue.
And I, seeing that there are no more immediate threats to Jack, will move to the north. Oh no, I selected the whole box.
Oh,
Let's
no.
not select the whole box.
I think
hole
the boxes, we don't need it anymore.
Get ahead.
So
Oh,
let's get rid of that. Alright.
That'll be it for me.
Okay.
digging up.
Oh, I forgot you had that. Yep. Alright. Their turn. They don't stop what they're doing for y'all. And that marks the end of their turn.
Hmm.
Fuck.
They're not attacking us.
Nope. They're just looking
Okay.
at the lake, waving their hands all pretty.
So,
Every once in a while, you
I'm
can
going
actually
to
see
say-
some magic.
Do we want to attack them? They do not seem hostile. They may be evil, but they're not hostile.
Maybe we should capture one.
Yes. It might be a good idea. Let's come up with a plan. And tend to our wounds and pick up that motherfucking lizard person.
Do you do anything else?
Me? Or
Yes, you.
anyone?
You. Combat's not over.
Right.
Something's still happening.
Right. So I want to see, like, I don't have any more spell slots left, but can I activate the pendant to see if I can do detect magic again? Or is that a ritual?
At DM, now
Yes.
that I'm closer, do I have any idea if they're actually casting a spell? And if I do I have any idea what they're doing?
So I was describing it, and I was kind of cut off. So they're waving their hands around, and every once in a while, you'll see some sickly green magic actually enter the water. So yes, an Arcana check might determine what they're doing.
I am not particularly fantastic at these, but I will see if I understand. I have not a clue.
They're making the water. They're not even changing the color of the water. Who knows what they're doing?
That ain't right. That paw ain't right.
Yeah, check
Um,
and see too.
so Thok, if you check your pendant, it still has that blue shieldy type thing going around it.
Okay.
And you have no idea what type of magic they're doing. You're not even sure if they're doing magic. They might just be doing an interpreted dance.
Okay, so glow in my amulet, yeah.
Yeah, so the amulet still glows a blue, and you feel like maybe you could use it, but you feel like the magic is also mostly gone.
Using it.
Okay. So use it again, and a bright flash, like last time, as a pulse of that blue light comes out 30 feet. After that, however, the magic dissipates, and you don't sense anything except unchecked. Or do you move first? That's a good question.
Moving.
Okay, if we move first, that's different. Yes, you do sense magic from these guys. But then the senses just fades away.
Well, what kind of magic was it?
You
It requires an action to identify what sort of magic.
yeah, and you were unable to take your action in that time.
Okay.
Magic it is though, and they are within range of an action if you have some ranged weapon.
I'm not gonna attack him right now.
Okay, you're the Templar.
I mean, I'm not really. I don't really want to attack him right now because I don't want to go into combat again.
You're in combat still.
Oh,
That's why I'm asking.
I thought you said combat ended.
No.
No.
Oh,
I said things are still happening by round. So if you don't want to be in combat, then you better end it.
Don't do it, Joe. It's a trap. They're
I'm
summoning
not-
Cthulhu.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay, if that's all. It's
Yeah.
checks. Check.
I say they are doing magic.
Okay.
Perfect. So doing a skill check, is that a bonus action or what is that as far as?
Typically a non-action, unless I asked for it specifically as an action. So if you wish to do an Arcana
Okay.
check, you may.
This is basically just a quick check of your character's mental state, whether or not they realize what's happening at a glance.
Sorry, that was supposed to be normal.
As normal, we were taking the first dice, and that is an 18. They seem to be doing something with necromancy in the water.
Oh,
Perhaps
Jesus.
raising the dead, maybe.
All right. I decide to just yell out necromancy. They're using necromancy.
Okay. You still have the rest of your turn, as that was a
Perfect.
non-action.
Yep. And I will decide to. I used twice. Still got 2 of those. And I will cast Magic Missile on the one to the very far north.
Okay, all 3 bolts.
2 bolts on that one, and then 1 bolt on the one to the east.
Okay.
And it will be cast as a level 1.
Okay. All those D4s. Should only be 3, but that's okay. It rolls correctly. So 2 plus 1 and 3 plus 1. So 3 and 4 is 7 on that first guy. And then 5 on the next. I forgot they're duplicated, so the hell HP will be a pain, but I got it. That does, however, do something. Boom, boom, and boom. Wow! Technically I didn't need all 3 rolls, so they both, you hit them both, and then they go, oh, what's happening? And then their magic stops.
Cool. And I will end my turn there.
Okay. Silas, you are
Sounds-
still wrapped up.
It sounds like all bets are off on Jack. You're not going to maintain your innocence much longer here.
Well, that was kind of the point of that wild magic happening. I couldn't keep it undercover. I just kind of exploded and just started chucking spells. And I'm sure these the Templars are like, "What?" as they're swinging their swords and whatnot. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Silas, something interesting is going to happen.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save at disadvantage. I meant regular. and that's fine anyways because the same thing happens. You're like,
Can I use my inspiration?
to get the 8? Yeah. So what happens is you feel a tingling on your palm.
Odd question here.
Yes, sir.
He is a Yanti. Is this effect magically related? Because if I recall correctly, they have racial magic resistance.
Yes, that's why
They do.
he would have gotten it at normal.
Aha.
Yes. So your hand, you feel it tingling, and if you focus your like energy through that, you feel some strength to push against this binding. However, you didn't quite understand what was going on, it seems, and didn't quite get it. Far traveler.
Okay. So, let's see. How's this guy here looking? The northwestern one?
Oh, he looks beat. He looks like he's about to fall into the water.
And how's that guy over there looking?
I'm not doing great, but doing okay.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is move up to that spot, and I am going to reckless attack, doing a like sort of whirlwind to hit this guy in the back towards the water.
Okay.
I am going to recklessly attack this.
Well, with the description, I feel like that's just a given. But go for it. All right, you hit. For 7 damage. So you do your whirlwind and you smack into his back and he goes, oh! And you sever his spine right in an important part and he collapses.
Let's make that non-lethal.
Make that non-lethal. Okay, so you hurt him a lot. And he just falls into the water.
So that was 15 feet. I will move adjacent to the next one.
Okay. Making it non-lethal on me, boy.
I wasn't sure if I was going to drop him in route. I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay. That's their turn. Oh, actually, no, that should be that, and that changes that number to that number. And the guy you just ran up to goes, magic missile! And he goes, doo-doo-doo, into your face, dealing 11 points of force damage. But that's all he does. Fuck. There you go, now he's aggressive.
Yay. Okay. So there's 2 people left, right? 1 person left.
2.
2. Okay. I'm gonna go to the one next to Far Traveler. Be all like, let me smash.
Let me smash.
I don't want to smash. Becky.
Would you like to use your inspiration?
I used it already.
You did.
I don't have any spell slots either. Wait, hold on. I might be able to do something.
Okay. It's like hiding in the corner there.
Let's see. So is lay on hands an action?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. Never mind.
Checked.
Gotcha. All right. So I think they have got that guy taken care of. I am again going to cast Magic Missile and target the. Make sure that's within range. Yep, 120 feet. The one to the extreme northeast.
Okay.
Where? Okay. Cool. So again, magic wells up inside my chest, and from my chest spits out 3 purplish-looking bolts headed towards that guy.
Like Iron Man.
Yeah.
So your 3 bolts go dunk, 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 and the guy goes, oh, and lands flat on his face.
Okay. And that's my turn. And
Silas.
Can I use my inspiration to do this at advantage?
I'm going to say, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Typically, disadvantage and advantage don't stack, so if you have 1 disadvantage and 2 advantage, you still only get normal.
But the DM likes you.
This is a very special case, so we'll see what happens. Oh, not quite enough.
God damn. No luck today.
Roll 20, man. Roll 20. Far Traveler.
Okay, so I am going to stick my sword in the ground, point first, and then I'm going to reach out, grab the mage by his face, and chuck him face first into the lake. Part of grapple.
Okay. Well, he's going to oppose you. Doesn't matter which one he uses.
oh, I thought that was a 19 for a minute. I was like, oh god.
So you grab him by the face and you just go into the water and he goes, ah!
I am still holding his face underwater at this point.
You grab him by the face and you put your hand underwater with it and he goes.
William's there.
All right, it's his turn. He's gonna fight you. Go ahead and do an opposed. Oh, well, you don't give a shit. You're just like, stop moving. All right. Just for simplicity's sake, we'll say he passes out while underwater. He's not very constitutionally strong.
I was
So-
expecting a magic fight, not drowning fight. Shit.
I did not come prepared for drowning. All right. He goes.
Once he starts squirming, we can drag him back up.
Okay. All right. That is the end of combat.
Woo.
Due to the lateness of the time, I think we'll have to call it there. We can continue from this point next time.
Woo!
On
Good job,
In the
guys.
Hoc Signal Fences.
Oh,
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Dragging the sopping wet body out of the pool turned eject. We have words to deal with.
I just kind of hang my head. Look at the ground, don't say anything.
You hang your head, and
hangs
the
you.
episode fades to black. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you,
Are you level
everyone,
4
for
yet?
watching. What?
Are you level 4 yet?
No.
Come on. Really?
That was a medium encounter. Maybe
You're a
more like-
bordering
hard.
encounter.
More like Paul just decided he was gonna wreck the encounter.
I don't know if you know, but rangers are pretty good in the ambush round.
Always so
Weird.
good.
he had like 3 turns. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he got 3 attacks from an ability and then going again. So
No, I mean, I'm not complaining at all. That was pretty awesome.
yeah.
Those armor constructs were beefy.
Yes.
I'm
The first-
going to bed.
Have a
Alright,
good night,
Joe.
man. See ya.
Good night.
Wow.
So
The first time we actually ran into those in 5th edition was a surprise attack against our druid. And
Oh,
the
God.
surprise attack was a critical hit to the druid's face at level 1.
Oi.
I was really trying to see if I could outrun the range of the button.
I do have a question for metagame. If you do have the books and based upon the description of a monster, is it what is the term I'm looking for? Etiquette to not look up the monster? Can you, or
It's etiquette to do whatever you want, but don't let your character know what you, the player, know.
Yeah.
For example, I knew that those were animated armor, so that would have affected impact if I had done stuff, say, like, I don't make physical attacks, I only do grapples against them because I know their armor class is ridiculous, and I don't bother trying to hide because I know they can see me, stuff like that. So
Right.
it's fine if you, the player, want to know about monsters and stuff, but don't bleed your knowledge over to what your character does.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want to
I
know
see.
something about a monster, you can go ahead and check it out. But yeah, if your character doesn't know it, then don't try pretending he does or something.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have anything that would really affect it on my attacks anyway, because it looks like they have some damage immunities, and I don't use those damage types anyway. But I was like, oh, thought about it. I'm like, well, that's kind of shisty if I look up what the stuff
So-
is.
They're immune to poison and psychic. Your fire just happened to not hit,
Right.
technically.
Well, the first
So-
one did, so I was like, okay, I guess that works. And then
Yeah.
the other two just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, their armor class is 18. They're effectively a full plate.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
that, and I was like, oh god.
Like I said, if that had affected my option to like grapple them and stuff like that instead of fighting them, that would have been player knowledge bleeding into character, and that's generally a no-no.
yeah.
Gotcha.
We don't like that there's no real way for players to know what monsters are in character. So sometimes if you see something and you kind of want to know if your character knows about it, feel free to ask your DM what you as a player, or what your character knows about the things that you're seeing, because it's expected that your character has lived years and years and years in this vibrant world full of monsters and stuff. And maybe sometimes you overhear things in a tavern or a bard song or something like that, and maybe something just, and you're like, oh, that's a Medusa. The tales say you're not supposed to look in their eyes. I think it's instant death, but I don't remember what.
So, I mean, I guess your character could make a reasonable assumption if they are literal suits of armor. You can say, hey, I bet their AC is ridiculous. So and I thought about that after they were dead. I was like, oh, catapult probably would have worked real well, because it's a dex save, I think.
Yes.
They have low dex.
Are absolutely able to take things that you experience in combat and push it forward to the next rounds. For example, Scorching Ray didn't work so well, so your character knows in the future, hey, if I fight these things, maybe I don't Scorching Ray them too much.
Yeah.
Yes. Apparently, bopping him with the staff worked fine.
It did. It hit him just fine. Made a good clang. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And as always, stay classy.